On Sherbourne Street, the streetlights never fully slept. They hummed through the night, casting long yellow pools onto the sidewalks where people drifted in and out like ghosts, unsure of where they belonged. Eli used to count those lights. 1, 2, 3. By the fourth light, the shaking in his hands usually stopped. Toronto hadn't always looked like this to him. Once it was glass towers and subway maps, Raptors games on the radio, and late-night shawarma after shifts at the warehouse. Once he had an apartment near Danforth, and a mother who called every Sunday just to ask if he was eating properly. But addiction narrows a city. It turns neighborhoods into distances you measure by pain, by hunger, by how long until the next relief. The TTC stops became landmarks of survival. Dundas East meant safety for the night. Queen Street meant trouble if you stayed too long. The shelters filled quickly when the cold came, and winter in Toronto was unforgiving, pressing itself into bones and reminding you that the city could kill you quietly. Eli didn't plan to become addicted. No one ever did. It started after a back injury on the job. A forklift jerked, a sharp pain bloomed. The doctor prescribed pills that made the world feel softer, slower, manageable. When the prescription ran out, the pain didn't. Neither did the need. Years passed like skipped tracks on an old CD. Rehab, relapse. Apologies he meant, promises he believed. One night near Moss Park, he watched paramedics kneel beside a girl who couldn't have been more than 20. Snow fell into her open backpack. Someone said her name again and again like it might pull her back. It didn't. That night, Eli cried. Not loudly, not dramatically, but in the small, contained way men do when they've run out of defenses. He cried because he recognized the stillness. He cried because he knew how close it was. He cried because Toronto, for all its lights and noise, could be so very alone. The next morning he walked into a drop-in center near Queen and Sherbourne. His hands shook as he filled out the intake form. The pen slipped, the words came out broken. "I'm tired," he said. "I don't want to die here." The worker didn't flinch. She'd heard worse. She slid him a cup of coffee and looked him in the eye like he still mattered. Recovery wasn't a straight line. Some days the city felt too loud, too fast, too tempting. But other days, Eli noticed small things again. The way Lake Ontario looked like steel at sunrise, the warmth of a streetcar in February, the kindness of strangers who didn't ask questions. Toronto didn't save him, people did. And slowly, under those humming streetlights, Eli stopped counting how many he needed to survive. Instead, he counted mornings, weeks, months. The city was still imperfect, still sharp around the edges. But for the first time in a long while, he felt the space between the streetlights widen, just enough for hope to stand in.